I moved to Medellin thinking I'd found paradise. The weather, the people, the energy. It all felt like a dream. But one night, that dream turned into a nightmare. I invited someone into my life too quickly, and when I woke up, my entire world was gone. My name's Ryan. I'm 34, originally from Austin, Texas. For years, I was grinding away in corporate IT. Long hours, endless meetings, the soul-crushing routine that defines so many American lives. Then COVID hit, and something inside me just broke. The burnout wasn't just professional anymore. It was existential. So I made a decision that seemed crazy to everyone back home. I sold everything. My furniture, my car, even my downtown condo that I'd spent 5 years paying off. I liquidated my life, packed 2 suitcases, and booked a one-way ticket to Colombia. Medellin had everything I was searching for. Low cost of living, blazing fast Wi-Fi perfect for remote work, genuinely warm locals who welcomed foreigners, and yes, the most beautiful women I'd ever seen. After the gray cubicle walls of corporate America, this felt like stepping into Technicolor. A week after settling into my Poblado apartment, I downloaded Tinder. Just for fun, I told myself. That's when I matched with Laura. She was 28, absolutely stunning with those deep brown eyes that seemed to see right through you. Her profile said she worked in marketing for a local agency. When we agreed to meet at a cafe in the heart of El Poblado, I felt that familiar flutter of excitement mixed with nerves. From the moment she walked in, everything felt different. She was confident in a way that felt effortless, not performed. Affectionate without being clingy. She actually listened when I talked, laughed at my terrible Spanish pronunciation, and played with her hair in that unconscious way that made my heart skip. Most Colombian guys are so controlling, she said, stirring her cortado. I like that you're more relaxed, more secure. Those words hit me right where I needed to hear them. After years of feeling invisible in the Austin dating scene, here was this incredible woman who actually saw me. When I suggested we connect on Instagram, she laughed it off. I keep my social media super private. Too many creepy clients from work try to add me. Maybe later when we know each other better. It seemed reasonable at the time. Professional boundaries, right? We started seeing each other every few days, and each date felt like a small adventure. I showed her my favorite lookout spot up in Las Palmas, where the city sprawls out below like a carpet of lights. She took me to a salsa bar in Laureles and patiently tried to teach me to dance. Emphasis on tried. What I found charming was how she always brought her own water bottle, even to restaurants. I'm super picky about hydration. It is good for your skin. She said, when I offered to cook for her one evening, she politely declined. I'm on this strict diet my trainer gave me. I have to bring my own meals, but I'd love to cook for you sometime. The physical intimacy built slowly, naturally. She'd stay over sometimes, but we'd just talk and cuddle. Even then, I noticed she kept her purse close, even taking it with her to the bathroom. When I joked about it, she said, sorry, habit from living with roommates. I've had things stolen before. I want to take this slow, she said one night, her head on my chest. I don't want to rush something that feels this special. God, that made her feel even more genuine. In a world of hookup culture and instant gratification, here was someone who valued connection over conquest. 3 weeks into whatever we were building, Laura suggested something that felt like a milestone. I want to cook for you, she said. Real Colombian food, not gringo fusion. She arrived that Friday evening with bags of groceries and a bottle of aguardiente, the local firewater that tastes like liquid regret but somehow gets better with each sip. She moved around my kitchen like she belonged there, seasoning and stirring while telling me stories about her grandmother's recipes. We ate, we danced to salsa music streaming from her phone, we laughed until our sides hurt. I had 2 glasses of aguardiente, maybe 3, I wasn't counting. The last thing I remember clearly was feeling unusually heavy, like my limbs were made of lead. "I think I need to lie down," I mumbled. "Of course, baby," Laura said, her voice seeming to come from very far away. "Just rest." I woke up 16 hours later to silence. Not just quiet, the kind of absolute silence that makes your ears ring. No morning traffic sounds, no Laura humming in the kitchen, no gentle breathing beside me. My apartment felt hollow, like a movie set after the cameras stop rolling. My laptop was gone, my iPhone gone, the cash I kept in my nightstand drawer for emergencies gone, my passport, my backup credit cards, even my AirPods that were charging on the kitchen counter. All gone. But the real gut punch came when I checked my phone after finding it missing by logging into my accounts on my neighbor's laptop. My crypto wallet, completely drained. She'd used Face ID while I was unconscious, transferring out everything. My bank account showed ATM withdrawals from 3 different locations around the city, all time-stamped while I was dead to the world. I stumbled down to the building's front desk, still dizzy and disoriented. The doorman took one look at me and immediately called the police. When the officers arrived, they barely looked surprised. This was clearly not their first rodeo. "Scopolamine," the lead officer said matter-of-factly. "Devil's breath, very common here with foreigners." He explained how the drug is odorless, tasteless, and turns victims into compliant zombies who will hand over their possessions willingly, with no memory of doing so. "You're lucky you woke up in your own bed," he added grimly. "Some guys never do." The police report was filed with professional efficiency, but I could see in their eyes that nothing would come of it. Laura was likely a false name, the phone number already disconnected, the social media profiles deleted or fake. The financial loss stung, several $1,000s, my electronics, the hassle of replacing official documents. But the real damage went deeper than my bank account. It was the betrayal that cut deepest. I had genuinely believed she cared about me. I'd called my mom back in Texas and told her about this amazing woman I was seeing. I'd started making plans, imagining a future. Now those dreams felt like elaborate jokes with me as the punchline. The humiliation was suffocating. How could I have been so naive? So desperate to be wanted that I ignored every instinct, screaming that something was off. Looking back with cruel clarity, every red flag had been waving right in front of my face. But I'd been so intoxicated by the attention, so desperate to believe in the fairy tale, that I'd rationalized away every warning sign. The Instagram excuse, the mysterious diet that prevented her from eating anything I prepared, the purse that never left her side, even in the privacy of my own apartment, her refusal to drink anything she hadn't brought or opened herself. I ignored it all because I wanted to be the guy who found love in an exotic paradise, not another gringo cautionary tale. After that night, I became a ghost of myself. I stopped dating entirely, stopped going to the social events that had made Medellin feel so vibrant. I barely left my apartment except for groceries and necessity. The city that had felt like paradise now felt like a minefield. I seriously considered booking a flight back to Texas, tail between my legs, ready to admit defeat to everyone who'd warned me about moving abroad. But I kept my head up. I want to be clear about something. Not all Colombian women are like Laura. Not all expat stories end in disaster. I've since met genuine, wonderful people here who've become true friends. But if you're a foreign man in Latin America, especially one with obvious money, understand this fundamental truth. You are a target until proven otherwise. Here's what I wish someone had told me. Date slowly. Real connection takes time to build, and criminals are always in a hurry. Always meet in public for the first several dates. If someone pressures you to go somewhere private quickly, that's a red flag bigger than a soccer stadium. Never get drunk or impaired around someone you don't completely trust. And that trust should take months, not weeks, to establish. Be suspicious of anyone who controls all the food and drinks. If they won't eat what you make or drink what you pour, ask yourself why. Listen to your gut. Those nagging doubts aren't paranoia. They're your survival instincts trying to save you. You're not being paranoid, you're being prepared. This is Ryan, and this was my story. 6 months later, I'm still in Medellin. I've rebuilt my life here, made real friends, and yes, even learned to trust again, carefully. But I'll never forget the lesson Laura taught me. Paradise has predators, and sometimes the most beautiful dreams hide the darkest nightmares. This is Real Expats, real stories, real warnings. Subscribe for more true tales from Latin America's hidden side.